It's blitzing season. The Netherlands was the warning. Birmingham was the message. London is the reckoning. Blitz begins now.
I am the son of a God. I got a power with God. I am the son of a God. Prince of the power with God. Prince of the power with God.
Minds like the Iron Dome evading missile. Laugh not, cry later, all sticks and giggle. Wicked don't perish when them arrows whistle. Used to sold pistols, but now it's pulse pistols. 16 and 11, hold 12, I'm a shooter. Teacher left red from rooter to the tutor. My dream give you nightmares like Kruger. How you does?
Curses will come upon you and overtake you, meaning even if you try and travel to another country and leave, the curses are going to be there waiting for you. So that's why when you go everywhere, we're all suffering the same way. You know, so you can't escape if you break my commandments, right? So now, so curses is a bad thing. And guess what? We didn't listen. We were hard-headed as hell. So we're going to show you in history the curses he's talking about. Hey, we're teaching that darkness and lies has covered the earth. We're here to help our brothers and sisters find a way out of the darkness.
From Ghana.
You're from Ghana, sister? All praise to the Most High. Hey, listen, we're here to teach all our brothers and sisters. So listen, the people from Nigeria, the people from Ghana, the people from the Caribbean, you guys are great people on the earth. Understand that. Read verse 2 again.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
You see that? Darkness has covered the earth. Lies have covered the earth. For example, who Christ is.
From Ghana.
You're from, another sister from Ghana. Sis, you go to church? You go to church. You read the Bible? Do you believe in the Bible? Okay, so in the church, what did they teach us regarding who we are? Do you understand? Why am I asking that? Where's the sign? Where's the 12 tribe sign? Look at this, sister. Have you heard of the 12 tribes of Israel? Judah, Benjamin, Levi. So there's many nations in the Bible. The people of Ghana, can I read Ghana in the Bible? Yeah, if I open the Bible today, would I find the country Ghana in the Bible? It's Accra. I tell me in the Bible. Okay. Okay, so if I was to ask you where you're from in the Bible, because you've got the Egyptians, you've got the Ethiopians, you've got the Israelites, you've got the Elamites, you understand, which are the Indians, you've got the Chinese, which are the Moabites. Where are the people of Ghana from in the Bible? Would you know? You don't know? Should I tell you where you're from? You are the Jew. You're the Israelite. The people that walk through the Red Sea, those are your people. And I'm going to show you that the history in Ghana, you know, like Cape Coast and the slavery, I'm going to show you that's documented in the Holy Bible. You ready? I'm going to show you. Have you ever heard it before? You've never. How long have you been going to church for? Most of your life? Since you were born. Many, many years. And not once have they showed you that the history of Ghana is in the Bible. We're going to show you today. Let me do chapter 28. So this is why we're here to teach the truth. Because we have been lied to in many, many places. I used to go to a Christian church. Same way. But I've understood now that the Bible talks about us as a nation of people. Read that. Deuteronomy 1 verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So these are the words. When you read in Deuteronomy, he's speaking. The audience is Israel. So that's the first thing you have to understand, right? Go to chapter 28. Listen to what he says to the people of Israel. 28 and verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So the Lord is prophesying through Moses. How you doing, my sister? The Lord had a requirement for us. If you got any questions, feel free, feel comfortable, it's fine. He had a requirement for us because Right now, when I was in church, I wasn't required to do anything. What was my purpose? He said our purpose was to keep the commandments. And the reward of doing that, what was the reward? Read that again.
Okay. And to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So that was the reward. So if he's saying that the Israelites are going to be above high, all nations, are they on the same level or is one higher than the other? Yeah, he said, read that one bit again.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
Will set thee, Israel, on high.
Above all nations of the earth.
Above all nations on the earth. So one will be higher than the other. So the Lord's purpose was for this kingdom to have a hierarchy. So Israel was meant to be the ruling class, right? That's very clear. Based upon them doing what? Keeping the commandments. Now, there was a flip side. Because our ancestors signed the contracts. These are our ancestors. These 12 forefathers produce our people today, the black and Latino people. If we didn't listen, there was a consequence for us not listening. Are you following? So our people, our ancestors signed a contract with the Lord. If we didn't listen to the consequences that was going to come. Read verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now all these curses will come upon you and overtake you, meaning even if you try and travel to another country and leave, the curses are going to be there waiting for you. So that's why when you go everywhere, we're all suffering the same way. You know, so you can't escape if you break my commandments, right? So now, so curses is a bad thing. And guess what? We didn't listen. We were hard-headed as hell. So we're going to show you in history the curses he's talking about. And you're going to tell me. I'm not going to tell you. You're going to tell me who it happened to in history. Hold up. Give me 3 more scriptures and then that's it. Just listen. Just three. What's this? Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So the Israelite sons and daughters were going to be given to another race of people. Who did that happen to in history? Whose children was taken away from them in history? You probably watch films all day not realizing it's in the Bible. Do you know? Have you ever watched Roots? 12 Years of Slave? Right. When we were in Cape Coast, Elmina Castle, they took us from there and took us over to the Caribbean and the Americas, right? They took our children, right? Do you remember that? You might not know, being young, they don't teach in school, but Auntie here knows. Trust me, she knows. Read on.
And thine eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all the day long.
So we'll long for our children to have them back. Because obviously it's a terrible traumatic experience. So we're going to long for our children. Go ahead.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
And we didn't have the military might or the economic might to get our children back. That's why a lot of us, our families are across the waters, and we don't even realize we have a cousin or a sister or an auntie on that side. They were taken away. Read.
The fruit of thy land.
Listen to this next curse. What's this?
The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
What is the fruit of thy land? That's the natural resources of the earth. Where do you find the natural resources of the earth? What continent? Mostly in Africa. Would you say the same? Right. So listen to what it said about that. Read.
And thou shalt be right up again. Okay. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors.
And the work, the people that are mining, pulling up the gold. Like Ghana used to be called the Gold Coast, right? Pulling the gold, pulling the copper, the bauxite, the rubber. The people of the land that are doing the mining, right? Go ahead.
And all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up.
But we're not reaping the benefits of the natural resources, are we? No, we're not. So the Bible right now is fact, line for line, right? It's still happening now. Read.
And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
And we'll only be oppressed and crushed always. Ghana, it used to be called Gold Coast, but where is the gold? In Zambia, you have a place called the Copper Belt. Where's the copper? Because why? The Bible says if we don't keep the commandments, these things were going to happen to us. You understand? Now watch this. Give me verse 16. Remember I said 3, this is the 3rd one. See, I'm keeping my word. I'm keeping my word. No, this is the 3rd one. This is the 3rd one. This is the last one for you, sister. Yeah? And we'll carry on. Verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So, do you know, you read the Bible before. What was the Israelites doing in Egypt before Moses came and redeemed them? They were in slavery, right? let's see if the Bible backs up what you're saying. Go ahead.
By the way, we're
Exodus 20 verse 2. Stay with me.
Exodus.
So we're getting the meaning of Egypt according to what we just read. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2.
ahead.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the land of Egypt. Let's see what Egypt means, my sister. Go ahead.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. What does bondage mean? When you're bound, right? Captivity. So Egypt means slavery. So let's see what it's saying here now. Go on. This is the same scripture. This is the same. Go on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into slavery again. How this time?
With ships.
How did we get to the other side of the world?
With ships.
See, we didn't take a plane, did we? Slave ships. The Bible is documenting the history of the Ghanaians, the Nigerians, the Brazilians, the Jamaicans, the Cubans. Give me some more. All these people. So, but sister, so then if that's the case, think about that. If you've heard this for the first time, what other lies have you been told? That's what I'll be thinking, because have you got a family that you're going back to? Why do they know these things? You should be thinking, hold on, I'm about to leave, but what about the family I see? They don't even know what I've just heard. What's the significance of them not knowing what I've just heard? You don't understand? So think about it. If the Lord is upset with us, okay, right, but is it the truth according to what we've read? Because in history, it backs up what we've just read. So I've been in churches for more than 20 years. So if I'm hearing all these things, and the first lesson I should be getting is a history lesson. The first thing I should be knowing is I am an Israelite. Why am I not being told these things? Why? Because Christianity, let's not get this confused. The Bible is correct. Christianity, the religion, the doctrine came about through this process here, this process here, this process here. So when they had us in this time period, they taught us lies about our own book. That's why when they taught us here, it does not match up with here. Does that make sense? You understand? There you go. So that's what you're saying now. If you're being given a different interpretation, shouldn't you want to know the truth? So why are you in a hurry? Where are you going to work? You have to go to work. Okay, fair enough. Have you got a flyer? Okay, excellent. Get in contact with us. Get in contact with us. Hey, my sister on the phone. You got it? Yeah, excellent. Sister, you on the phone? You got a minute? Hey, my brother here as well. You're from Nigeria. So what do you know? You go to church? You go to church. What did they teach you in church? Who's this? Why Jesus? Is he the Jesus? He's not. Okay, so you know that. You know that. Okay, so according to the Bible, where does it say that we know that that is not the Jesus? How do we know that? I know, but how? Remember, you're saying something. But remember, they're going to say prove it according to what? They're going to say according to this, right? So, do you know where to read here that Jesus was a black man according to the Bible? Okay, so this is something you have to hear. Because now, you got brothers and sisters, they're going to want to know. Because guess what? Your pastor is showing them this every day. Every day. When you go to Nigeria, on every block, this image is there. I know. I'm your neighbor. In Ghana, they have it in every corner. Every corner. So you got to know, listen, how can we prove that this is a lie? Give me 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 21 and then go to Revelation. That is the problem we have in the Christian church. We don't read and we allow the pastor to tell us lies. That day is done. Why? Because we have the Bible in the hand of the prophets. You understand? Give me 1 Thessalonians 5:21. What's your name? What's your name? Abum, Nathan. Listen to this, Abum. Listen to this. My brother over here. What's this?
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 21. Prove all things.
What the Bible says?
Prove all things.
It says prove all things. So if you're going to make a statement, you got to prove it according to what the Lord said.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.